The Yoruba people of southwest Nigeria have a saying that only the beginning of war is known. How it will end is a mystery. What started like a mere disagreement at the Hollow Chamber of the Senate between the suspended Senator of Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, and the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, is turning to a long-drawn war. The National Assembly has formally declined Natasha's request to resume her legislative duties in the Senate, despite the expiration of a 6-month suspension on the 4th of September. The Senate cited a pending appeal at the Court of Appeal as the primary obstacle. In a letter dated 4th of September and signed by Acting Clerk of the National Assembly, Yahaya Danzaria, the National Assembly stated that no administrative action will be taken to facilitate her return until the Court of Appeal delivered its judgment. The Acting Clerk assured that the Senator would be duly notified of the Senate's decision once the legal issues are resolved. Okay, BK, I'm going to start with you here. I mean, first of all, the decision of the Senate to stop Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan from resuming, did this surprise you?
What surprised me was the decision of the clerk of the Senate to cite the fact that she has appealed the judgment by the lower court, which went totally against her. There was no relief that Natasha sought that she got. Forget all the noise and lies that her group and some crooked lawyers had been, spreading all over the place like bushfire and harmattan. All of the cases that Natasha brought before, all of the issues that she brought before Justice Binta Murtala Nyako were resolved against her. That is a fact. She then went on to say that she won the case. Journalists were misled. Our job, our profession has become something else, whereby somebody who had been reporting the judiciary for years, we mislead a newspaper house, we mislead a TV station, and gatekeepers who owe it a duty to ask questions. They don't even ask the pertinent questions anymore. Otherwise, there is no reason why any TV station, what is name, will report that Natasha won that case. How? There was no time that the judge said Natasha should be recalled. No time. And I want to believe that even some of those journalists, those younger journalists who were reporting that she won the case, I want to believe that they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. It's just mischief making. Now, because the truth is like a mole, when it's covered up on one side by the sand, the mole will eventually come out at the other end. When we were growing up, we used to see those insects. These days, many of those insects, maybe they are even extinct. We don't see them anymore. But if you've seen the mole before, you know that that is how it burrows its head into the sand and then it comes out. That was when we were insisting that Natasha and her minders lied that she won that case. We didn't know that vindication would come. And that vindication came in her own appeal document.
Yeah, where she stated,
that the judge abdicated her responsibility by not ordering that she should be recalled. Truth. We will die defending the truth. We will die. Some of us, we are prepared to die. Call us names. Sit on YouTube, abuse people. So if you abuse me till kingdom come, it doesn't change who I am. I was vindicated, supremely vindicated. And I'm proud of that. So we go to the main issue now. I'm disappointed that the clerk of the Senate will write that, oh, because there is a pending appeal. When did a pending appeal become a stay of execution? At what point did the fact that there is a pending appeal
and it will act as stay of execution
assume the role of
stay of execution?
A stay?
There are two different things.
So there's no reason in the world to say she cannot resume. People must be wise. Wisdom is profitable to people in leadership positions. You are handling Natasha's matter. Yes, people, the Senate president has every reason to be angry that a woman made allegations, wide allegations against him, and for 6 months she can't bring even a shred of evidence. That is enough to rile. It's a human being. It's enough to rile a human being.
Yes.
Because you are not God. And Mahatma Gandhi said, you can only be perfect while in the spirit. No man by nature is perfect.
Sure.
Because we are human beings. People will annoy us, we will get mad, we can take actions that are unnecessary because at that time, you've allowed your emotions to run wild. There is no reason in the world to say that she cannot resume. Because the punishment is tenured. The punishment has a tenure.
Yes,
it has a time frame. So that punishment, the time frame has expired. Natasha said that day that this injustice will not stand. There's nothing like will not stand. You have spent 6 months at home. And you cannot, even if a judge says, no, that's 6 months, it was illegal, you have served it. You have served it. There is no way by which it can be redressed. So that is that. The Senate leadership should bear that in mind. You achieved your aim of keeping her
for 6 months.
For 6 months. Like the locker room of a football team. You kept her there. 6 months. She said it will not happen, but it happened. She's already done 6 months. Allow her to come in. Natasha has no reason writing a letter that she wants to resume. They are resuming on the 23rd. What is the point in writing a letter at this stage? She likes drama. That last drama when she brought people, she knew that even in the appeal document that she was saying I should have been recalled, but you didn't recall me, therefore I'm appealing your judgment. They knew all along, but they still gathered people. And people followed her like headless hen to the National Assembly. To try
just
to
for
enter.
attention.
Just a drama. Now she has started that same drama by writing. When she should just have waited, when the 6 months, I come and resume. You are writing to them that you want to resume. So they too have responded to her perpetual drama by saying, oh, you cannot. It is mind game that I see. I do not see a serious National Assembly leadership or Senate leadership that will say because somebody has appealed that the punishment, because the punishment cannot run in perpetuity. At best, on the day that she resumes,
yes,
you can say, okay, Madam Natasha, excuse us, we want to discuss your matter, because there are outstanding issues.
Yeah,
there are outstanding issues. Court said, just hold on, we'll have time. If we like, we can do 1 hour. I'm in charge.
Okay.
So just bear that in mind. When it's a serious national issue, we debate it here. We debate it. Our mouths belong to us. That the program belongs to us. We take our time. Exactly. We discuss issues. So calm down. See, so we can say, okay, there are outstanding issues. The court said you should apologize. Did you apologize? No. The Senate said, oh, if you apologize, we will reduce this at that time. What has happened? The Senate leadership, they can determine whether the way she behaved in the course of the suspension aggravated the situation. All of those going abroad to say all those things that she didn't eventually provide evidence of. They can decide that, okay, in view of this, this is our decision. Because, look, if I get suspended at TVC, now they expect that when I come back from suspension,
the remorse,
I will show remorse.
Exactly.
I will show remorse. I've been suspended before. I know what I'm talking about. Oh, Onuga suspended me. I came by, I showed remorse. And when I showed remorse, he gave me a car loan. You can ask him. I'm saying this publicly. I came back. He said, I didn't behave like, oh, I was suspended. I was working harder than before. And he was like, what kind of a human being is this? Because he thought I would be showing attitude. Yes, yes. No, I behaved like I had not missed any day. He said, Jide, go upstairs, go and meet the AGM to give you a car loan. Something not extended to my colleagues at that time. So they will want to know whether in the course of the suspension, there was remorse. I can tell you, Natasha showed no remorse. What people wanted to see, provide the evidence. We challenged. I said, if you provide come and see what we'll do to Akpabio. She didn't take our challenge.
6 months, no 6
evidence. Months, no evidence. And people, you see what people, you see, Nigerians take, they want you to take what they cannot take.
Absolutely.
Nigerians I say, oh, this Senate president is done this, is done that. I'm not Akpabio's fan. On this program, I can bring tapes where I've attacked him so many times. But on this issue, I believe that Natasha played the victim. If they are changing a sitting arrangement, is it a big deal? Is it even on that same day, other people?
Yeah, sure.
They change their sitting. Does it warrant going to that extent to say you are harassed sexually, this and that? Where is the evidence? You see, we've seen a situation in which somebody claimed that she was raped, only to confess many years later that it didn't happen. It happened in the US.
Yes.
So it's not every allegation that we must take hook, line, and sinker. Let the person alleging provide evidence. How can we be challenging you to provide evidence? You cannot. You are tongue-tied about that, but you can talk about that thing. Provide the evidence. Even now, the PDP man, Oluaghan was saying that the Senate president should respond to allegations. Why didn't you tell her to bring evidence? Which allegation, again, are we talking about? So, on both sides, for me, I want to seek closure to this nonsensical matter.
We need to.
Let us, we were happy. And we had inner peace when for a month, since July, we didn't really hear anything.
Exactly.
Now they are back with this, their drama. And all this can end within a short time. You wanted, the Senate president will say, oh, this person did everything possible to send me packing. Because they were talking about him stepping aside.
Yeah, those allegations are weighty. Even
Bukola Saraki that didn't step aside when he faced fraud charges, he too had the cheek to say somebody should step aside. All those things happened. But it doesn't mean that the Senate leadership should lose the, should take their eyes off the ball. You cannot turn an appeal to a stay of execution. She is free to come back now. The suspension that you gave her has ended. If after resuming, you then feel that, okay, this is the, this woman gave the Senate such a bad name and we need to take action. Or you want to extract apology from her before she can come back. That is a resolution for the Senate to make. But at this point, you cannot say she can't come back. Let the Senate decide what happens next. But at this point, her suspension has ended.
Has ended. Majid, how do you weigh in here?
Yeah, Senator Akpoti Natasha Uduaghan was suspended 6th of March, and it lapsed on 4th of September. That's the simple truth. So, but then the Senate is on recess till 23rd of September. So, in her usual character, she loves acting drama skits. She has written again to say that she wants to resume. Now, the clerk of the National Assembly, too, Danzaria, while in his own
drama too,
in his own response and drama to the skit, which you know we have series now. They are entertaining Nigerians.
It's just like watching Jagun Jagun.
Yes, now. So it's like a series, and I think the Senate chamber should be more serious place where more serious things will be discussed and not the issue of Natasha, which has dominated issues since she was removed as a chair of the I think local content committee. That's the basis for all this drama.
Yes.
She was removed. She was removed as chair of the local content committee, which they say, quote and unquote, is a juicy one. So when they removed her and she was trying to prove that, yes, she still wants to come back, they changed her seats. Under some, I mean, seats do change.
Yes.
I mean, I think we need to choreograph some of these things.
Seats will change when there are defections.
On your birthday, December 9, 2023, you took yourself. Say you left Abuja and went to Uyo in Senator Akpabio's village to go and celebrate birthday with him because
and do selfie.
Because you said the two of you share same birthday, December 9. Now, after that birthday, I think somewhere around midnight, you tweeted that it is the best birthday in your life. Nothing happened though.
Oh, you saw the tweet?
Yeah, she tweeted that it was her best birthday that she shared with her birthday mate. We need to choreograph some of this so that Nigerians can recall. That was December 9, 2023. Now, March 6, 2025. Allegation that he was trying to chase you.
No, just pressing my hand.
He was pressing your hand.
That is sexual.
And your husband was walking behind you in that household. Senator Akpabio's wife, too, was there in the house.
Family friends.
They are family friends. So you didn't remember that I pressed your hand for almost 16 months. So because they changed your seat and removed you from the juice position.
It suddenly becomes
a sexual
woman harasser.
That you cannot produce an evidence for.
6 months.
So, all these things, and you see some so-called jobless people, they call themselves CSV people, right? They will be following her about making noise just because it's Natasha. She has done it to people in the past.
Yes.
Reno
no evidence against Reno.
No evidence against Reno.
Instead, they begged Reno to not go to court.
And paid him off. He has evidence.
He has evidence.
So, Natasha should
And she deleted the things that she posted against
the allegations.
Against
Why did
Reno.
you delete?
So, we know Natasha very well. In fact, what I expect the Senate to do is to let her come back and now challenge her again, because the court said she should apologize.
I want to take you on that apology. The court said she should apologize. Apologize to who? The court, the Senate, or to both?
Well, it's a very simple thing. Who complained?
Oh.
Was it the court that complained?
Well, it was the Senate.
It's the Senate that complained.
Fabio complained that despite the fact that the court gave an order that they should not publish anything.
Anything, yeah.
She went
and wrote a sarcasm.
Yes. So she should apologize. You go to the platforms that you used to publish that sarcasm.
Yeah.
Go and apologize there. It's as simple. So the victim, whichever, let Nigerians not deceive themselves. The victim of the sarcasm, who was the person who complained, is the person who inhabits the apology. When you make the apology, that victim inhabits it. There's no other person. It's the person who complained. It's the person who felt wronged. So that is the person
that should.
Yes.
The apology should be given to.
They can also still extend it to say, okay, your conduct belittled the Senate. Let's leave. There is a lot of needless wasting of emotions that I see. Oh, she's representing people. The people will suffer. Let me tell you, if my constituency in Kogi State, I'm not saying Natasha is like that. She's not like that. If we are elect somebody who is violent, who beats people up in the Senate, does the Senate not reserve the right to keep that person
at bay?
At bay? So they should sit down, because if they do something to that person, the constituency will not be represented. So they should leave him to be giving people head boot.
We're still going to get to that issue of the constituency, but Majid, Senator Natasha, the court has said she must apologize. To who? The court, the Senate, or to both? And also the constituents. How do you think they will perceive this? Because many have said that, oh, they are not getting the representation that they need. Your thoughts on this?
Well, next time they will think very well on the kind of person they want to represent them. Yeah, because she was not sent to the Red Chamber to be antagonizing. I mean, you see, the Senate is the Senate or the National Assembly is. I mean, we call it. They are all equal. The Senate president is just
among equals.
First among equals. So the kind of rights she has is the same rights. Why is it that even women, the women folk in the Senate, they are not in our support?
At all.
So it has nothing to do about gender politics?
No. Even one of them complained.
One of them complained,
that the Senate president had been partial.
To...
Yes.
Because as a first timer, that kind of juicy committee is not supposed to go to her.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, which is a fact. We know some of these things. And about the apology.
Yes.
If you say you got judgment in the from Binta,
Justice Binta
Nyako, so why did you not challenge that
same
judgment that she didn't, that the judge failed to compel the National Assembly to recall you?
You call me.
But meanwhile, your E-rats, they were all celebrating. Hey,
even lawyers,
even some lawyers,
sadly,
shameless lawyers.
Some lawyers of you think they are big names, whereas we can even argue law more than some of them. Honestly, they mislead Nigerians. And the law is not sentimental. The law does not like a
what the judge said was that punishment must not be excessive.
That is it.
There was nowhere she said recall her.
That the Senate should rethink.
And they now reframed the judgment, lied against the judge, and they were running with the lies. Yet some lawyers will still come on TV and sit down and be saying that, yes, there was a judgment. One lawyer was also saying there is now a trend in which court judgments are being flouted. Which court judgment? Was that a judgment that was flouted? If it was if there was a judgment against the Senate, why did she appeal? About 30 grounds of appeal. 30 grounds. one litigant coming up with 30 grounds.
30 grounds of appeal. That she cannot apologize. That the judge did not even do justice to the case she brought to her prayers. And
that the judge abdicated.
And these are the same character that was saying, I mean, she employed some character saying that the
judge said
anybody can organize a match. If you've got money, just come out. You get TV cameras, you can organize a match. That is what we have degenerated to in our country. Civil society groups, a lot of them are there for those who have money to spend.
Aisha Yeshufu also followed her on the day she wanted to go and resume. Just being sentimental, acting.
It will not take us anywhere. But you know, the thing is, one thing that I will say is, some of us have made up our minds. We will not jump on the bandwagon. We will not pursue a cause because that cause is a cause simply loved by the majority. We will pursue, there's what we call the ignorant majority. We will pursue a cause because we believe that it's right and it sits well with our conscience. We won't simply pursue a cause because majority of the people are going there. And I've given the example before, when both Jesus Christ and Muhammad were on this head, only the minority followed them. And they were persecuted.
All right, BK, just hold that thought. We have Case Andrew calling in from Owerri. Case Andrew, go ahead.
BK and the other journalist there. Please, I want to say something, honestly speaking, about, in as much as I could agree with some of the things you people have actually said, but also, in the other way, are we saying totally that all she has said, sexual harassment, and how she has been treated vis-a-vis some motions on grounds that were mishandled? Aside those things, please, this woman's suspension was 6 months, for crying out loud. And we have elapsed the 6 months. You see, when we talk about, from what the topic says, about the courts, we have an issue in court. Remember, there was also a court judgment that said she should not be suspended. It was not also obeyed. So for me, I feel the whole thing is just embarrassing.
There was
for the
no
entire
Which court judgment?
We do not deserve this at this material time that we should be facing certain critical issues
Case
that
Andrew.
are disturbing the country.
Case.
All I appeal to us to do is, the Senate president should allow this thing go. Let this woman come back to the Senate and resume her.
We have said that too. We have said that
right,
if you are listening
you.
to us. We said that in the beginning, that her suspension has ended. We have said that. Which judgment?
But no judgment, said she should not be suspended.
Not suspended.
No, there was no court judgment saying that she...
It's part of the misinformation that we are talking about.
True.
Why not you as a person? Why didn't you challenge her to produce evidence of harassment so that we can probably send Akpabio to jail, so that we can disgrace Akpabio appropriately? That is the challenge that you should throw to her, and that is the challenge that I threw to her months ago that she has not accepted. And as the Lord lives, let her provide evidence and see what we will do here. Let's see what we'll do here. Well, we don't just jump to the conclusion that somebody, you are saying, okay, does it mean that everything she said is true? Let her provide. She claimed that she was not being allowed to speak in the National Assembly. Yes. But evidence showed that she was even far more active than most members of the House, of the Senate. Because they provide evidence of her being active in the House. She is far more active than other senators. So you cannot say that they are not allowing her to talk. Let us focus on the truth.
Absolutely.
Only the truth will set us free.
Absolutely. But, Mikio, on a final note, before we move straight to another part, how does this case test the balance of power between internal legislative discipline and judicial oversight?
The Senate has the powers to set its rules, amend those rules. But there is something that the Senate is trying to do that most people do not know. For the first time, they want this case to run its course completely.
Without...
Believing that ultimately, they will arrive at a situation in which once the Senate or the House of Reps takes a decision, no arm of government will come and overrule it.
Okay.
When the NJC takes a decision that, okay, this judge is crooked, we are sacking him, does the executive overrule them?
No.
And that was why Justice Muritala Nyako declined to give that...
Okay, pronouncement.
Yes, because she felt that, look, this is an independent arm of government that has the power to set its rules, to amend its own rules. So she then decided to appeal to them that, look, you can set your rules, but punishment
should not be too excessive.
Should not be too excessive.
So as not to deny the consequence.
Yes, it must not be disproportionate to the offense committed.
Maybe
so
that was
people
what
need to understand this thing.
Case was saying that maybe the court said they should not suspend. I think he's misinterpreting.
He said before then that there was a
court judgment.
Not,
there's no court judgment.
She went to court even before a judgment, before the committee decided on her matter.
On a matter.
She already went ahead. So nobody had suspended her at the time when she...
went to court.
A lot of our people are not informed. I'm sorry to say, Nigerians, when they go and read analysis on social media that are not coming from from an informed mind, they then form opinion. Look, she has played the victim very well, but many of us are not swayed by that. No, they are too big to be swayed by victimhood, needless victimhood. No, we just want this controversy to end and let them focus on their work. We need them to focus on their work. This is a massive distraction that put Nigeria to shame. We saw what happened at the Parliamentary Union event. We saw it. That's why this has to end. Let her come back. You can then you take a decision when the Senate meets, but you can't tell her not to come, not to resume. No, not to resume. That was already outside of the term, 6 months. The 6 months
because the
period.
The 6 months lapsed 4th of September.
4th of September.
So she's free to resume. What you then do to her after resumption is left to you.
Left to the Senate.
But you cannot use the fact that she has appealed as a form of stay of execution or stay of resumption. You get the point?
Yeah, I get you.
So that is,
I get you.
most lawyers are agreed on that. Most lawyers may object to her abhorrent conduct and clear lack of discipline on the floor of the Senate. But lawyers are generally in agreement that it's time for her to resume. And that's where I stand too.
Good.